Today, we are taking a really fascinating look at something very personal, how we recharge, specifically through vacations.
Right.
We've got the inside scoop, travel notes, really, from two different people who took trips recently.
And their approaches, well, they couldn't be more different. Polar opposites almost.
Exactly. One person went for, maximum excitement, family time, big theme parks.
Bright lights, big city. Well, big resort anyway.
Orlando,
Yeah.
Orlando, yeah. And the other, they sought out quiet, nature, solitude by the ocean.
Seaside, Oregon. And what jumps out immediately is that successful vacation means totally different things to different people. Subjective.
So
We're looking at, I think, a perfect case study here. You've got Orlando, all about high-energy shared moments, and then Seaside, focused on, let's say, low-key immersion, getting away from it all, personal decompression.
But both felt successful, right? They achieved their goal.
They did. But the way they got there? Completely different paths.
So our mission today really is to get beyond the shiny brochures.
Yeah, cut through the noise.
We're digging into the nitty-gritty, the choices made, logistics, feelings, even, the money side of things.
For these two very different vacation styles.
Right. So if you're listening, maybe you're planning a break, wondering, do I need a big splashy trip or something quiet to reset?
Then this deep dive should, hopefully, give you some food for thought. Help you figure out what you actually need to feel refreshed.
Maximize that precious vacation time. Okay, let's start with the basics. Section 1, destination and timing.
The fundamental contrast.
So Traveler 1, Orlando, Florida, they called it a super beautiful place, a classic vacation spot.
Can't argue with classic.
But the real draw clearly was the big names. Disney World, Universal, Epcot.
Theme Park Central. It's all about that curated entertainment experience. Engineered fun, almost.
Engineered spectacle, yeah. Designed for maximum shared memories.
It really is. You go there expecting, well, demanding almost, a high return experience for your investment.
Investment of time and money?
Exactly. And the return you want is that collective high-energy fun. The whole system there is built to deliver those, peak moments, predictably.
It's less about discovery, maybe, and more about guaranteed emotional highs.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Scheduled highs, even. You know when the fireworks are.
Okay, now pivot completely. Traveler 2, Seaside, Oregon.
Big pivot.
The description immediately changes. Not about rides or characters. It's a quiet beach town.
Peaceful.
Yeah, the focus shifts entirely to nature over theme parks.
And that signals a totally different travel philosophy, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, the seaside person isn't looking for stuff to do. Not in the same way. They're not seeking external stimulation.
They're looking for less.
Less noise.
Yeah.
Maybe. Sensory relief, I'd call it. They want the environment itself, the ocean, the trees, to do the work.
The restorative work?
Right. Letting their own internal monologue quiet down. It's about immersion, observation,
Yeah.
just being.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, the timing, this is crucial. Orlando was in March, and the traveler specifically said the weather was perfect. Why March?
Well, think about what they plan to do. Walking around the parks all day. Multiple days.
Ah, endurance.
Exactly. Florida in July or August, the heat, the humidity, it's brutal. You're walking miles.
You'd be wiped out by noon.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or you're constantly seeking air conditioning, taking long breaks. It limits what you can realistically do.
Yeah.
March gives you that sweet spot.
Warm enough to be pleasant, cool enough to walk all day without overheating.
It's optimizing for physical comfort to maximize the activity. It's a practical choice.
So choosing March is like insurance
Yeah.
against the weather ruining your plan.
It's a hedge, yeah. A logistical hedge against physical burnout. Protecting the investment, the tickets, the travel.
But wait, March, isn't that still peak time, spring break? Crowds?
Good point. It's definitely not the off-season. But that's the trade-off, isn't it?
What do you mean?
You trade potentially lower crowds in, say, January for the near certainty of good activity weather in March.
Wow.
Orlando visitors often prioritize comfortable conditions for doing stuff over potentially shorter lines in less ideal weather. They accept the crowds as part of the deal for that guaranteed usability.
Got it. Function over solitude. Now, Seaside. Very different calculation. Late fall, November.
Right. And they said it was a bit chilly.
But crucially, they didn't mind the cold.
And that phrase, didn't mind the cold, tells you everything.
How so?
Because the chilliness wasn't a downside. It wasn't a bug. It was a feature.
A feature. How is cold a feature?
They weren't planning to swim or sunbathe. They were planning quiet walks. The cold encourages you to bundle up, maybe grab a hot drink, slow down. It contributes to that cozy, solitary feeling.
Ah, the Hage factor.
Exactly. Plus, November means
Fewer people.
way fewer people. They deliberately chose the off-season to guarantee the quiet they were seeking. Avoiding the summer rush was key to the mission. Relaxation.
So it's strategic avoidance. If your goal is peace, you actively avoid crowds.
Precisely. For Orlando, perfect weather meant maximum doing. For Seaside, chilly weather meant maximum quiet and coziness. The timing choice directly reflects the whole point of the trip.
Okay, that contrast is stark. Let's move on to section 2. The logistics, the setup, who went with whom.
This is huge. It shapes everything. Orlando was a big family trip.
Parents, brother, sister-in-law, 5 adults.
5 adults. That immediately signals compromise and coordination.
Yeah. Planning by committee.
Even if everyone wants to do theme parks, you've still got different energy levels, different must-do rides, different food preferences.
Different wake-up times.
Oh, yeah. The success depends on managing that group dynamic. The trip becomes about shared experience, family bonding, as much as the parks themselves.
The planning must have been way more complex than for the Seaside Traveler.
Oh, definitely. Seaside was just 2 people, the traveler and their best friend, Tom.
And they specifically enjoy little adventures together and, importantly, quiet places.
See, shared goal right there. They both needed a break from busy jobs.
So just 2 people, already aligned on the goal. Much simpler.
Massively simpler. Decisions are easier, faster, no need to find a restaurant 5 people agree on. The focus stays purely on rest and quiet. It's streamlined.
It's like the difference between organizing a conference call and just chatting with your friend.
Exactly. Less energy spent on the process of vacationing.
And that difference carries right over into how they got there. Plane versus road trip.
Yep. Orlando family, flew, direct flight.
Fastest way, get there, get started.
Time in transit is seen as downtime, maybe even a bit of a drag, something to minimize.
Get through the airport, get on the plane, get off, get to the park.
It's about maximizing time at the destination. Travel time is a cost to be endured.
Okay. Seaside, totally a different approach.
Road trip. Drove up the coast, only got 2 hours, manageable.
And the traveler said the drive itself was part of the fun.
Listening to music, chatting, watching the scenery.
They weren't trying to beat the clock. The journey was part of the unwinding process.
Exactly. They were optimizing for the experience of traveling, not just the speed.
And that allowed for something the Orlando trip probably couldn't handle.
The spontaneous coffee stop.
Right. They stopped halfway at a little coffee shop.
Imagine trying to coordinate that with 5 adults on a tight Orlando park schedule. Okay, everyone. Unplanned 30-minute coffee break.
Yeah. Might not fly. But for the 2 friends.
It was easy. A small moment of choice, stretching their legs, enjoying something local unexpectedly. It reinforces that laid-back, flexible vibe.
It's like reclaiming a bit of control, especially if your daily life is super scheduled.
That's a great way to put it. That little stop has psychological value. It makes the journey part of the relaxation, not an obstacle to it. They arrive feeling more relaxed, not just tired from the travel.
Okay, arrival. Let's talk home base. Section 3, where they stayed and how they spent their days.
Again, huge contrast reflecting the trip's purpose. Orlando family. Big vacation home.
Multiple bedrooms, kitchens, swimming pool, the works.
That kitchen is key for a group of 5. Cooking some meals saves money, handles dietary needs, avoids the hassle of group restaurant decisions for every meal.
It's practical, but
Yeah,
does cooking and managing a house feel like a vacation, a reset?
that's a fair point. But think of it as strategic. It's shared labor, first off.
Right.
And second, after an intense, possibly overwhelming day at a theme park.
You need a refuge.
Exactly. A private space to decompress. That pool isn't just a luxury. It's a recovery tool. A private cool-down zone away from the crowds before maybe heading out for dinner.
So the house supports the high-intensity schedule by providing a solid recovery base.
Precisely. Now, Seaside. Small, cozy hotel, right by the beach.
Functional, clean, not fancy, but the key feature.
The balcony with the ocean view.
So the value wasn't space or amenities for a group, it was proximity to nature.
Absolutely. It directly fed into their goal. They weren't cooking, they were absorbing the environment. Drinking coffee on the balcony, listening to the waves, that's starting the day immersed in the restorative setting.
Integrating the relaxation right into the routine before even leaving the room.
Yeah, that's part of the therapy, so to speak.
Which leads directly to the pace of the days. Orlando. Super busy and exciting.
Nonstop. Maximize everything. Rides, parades, fireworks, character meet and greets.
Lots and lots of walking. Sensory overload almost.
By design. The goal is collecting those peak moments, those high-impact memories. The rhythm is go, 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 punctuated by meals and maybe that pool recovery.
High dopamine, high stimulation.
Definitely. Seaside. Much slower, by deliberate choice.
Activities were, well, quieter. Walking on the beach, collecting shells, watching waves.
Hiking in nearby forests, reading books, eating local seafood.
It sounds like soft fascination. Is that the term?
That's a great connection. Yes, attention restoration theory talks about that. Things like watching waves or walking in nature engage your attention effortlessly.
Unlike trying to navigate a theme park map while dodging crowds.
Right. That requires directed attention, which is mentally tiring. The seaside activities allow the brain to rest and recover. It's restorative.
They also mention visiting local shops, art galleries, antique stores.
Still low-key. Browsing, gentle exploration. No pressure, no rush. The pace was contemplative, absorbing the place slowly.
So the environment was the activity, essentially, not just a backdrop. And the hotel was just a place to sleep before more quiet exploration.
Exactly. Unlike the Orlando house, which was an active recovery zone from the intensity of the day's activities.
That's fascinating. Okay, section 4. Memorable moments. The highlights.
Again, reflects the core difference. Orlando's favorite part.
The fireworks at Magic Kingdom. So beautiful and magical. Amazing music. Feeling like a kid again.
That is the quintessential peak Disney moment, isn't it? Engineered wonder.
Shared by thousands.
Right. It's spectacular, synchronous, designed to create that powerful emotional shared memory, the big payoff.
Guaranteed magic. Now, Seaside's highlight.
The exact opposite end of the spectrum. Walking on the beach at low tide.
Discovering tide pools, seeing little crabs, starfish.
Yeah, they called it finding a hidden world.
That sounds quieter, more personal.
Completely. It's not manufactured spectacle, it's spontaneous discovery. It requires patience, quiet observation, connection.
So one memory is about shared, loud awe. The other is about quiet, personal wonder.
Perfectly put. Both incredibly valuable, but stemming from totally different experiences. One curated, one found.
Let's talk food fueling these trips. Orlando had variety, partly thanks to Epcot.
Global sampling platter, Japanese snacks, German pastries,
Yeah.
plus the theme park classics.
Giant turkey legs, churros.
Yes. It fits the pace, right? Quick, convenient novelty. Grab-and-go fuel for the next ride. Even Epcot's World Showcase dining is often about quick tastes, not lingering meals.
Efficiency again.
Yeah.
Seaside's food focus.
Much narrower, much more local. Seafood, specifically fresh seafood.
The clam chowder was a big winner.
Of course it was. Creamy, hearty, warm chowder on a chilly Oregon coast day. That's comfort food perfection.
It fits the whole cozy, restorative vibe. Slow food, local flavor.
Right. Unlike the quick bites in Orlando.
Yeah.
And they even branched out.
Tried oysters for the first time.
Yeah. Found them interesting. Very different. Maybe not a new favorite, but they tried.
Shows commitment to exploring the local scene, even if they preferred the cooked stuff.
Exactly. The chowder was the star, reinforcing that warm, comforting element of the trip.
Okay, last bit in this section. The unexpected moments. The things that weren't planned.
Those often stick with you the most. For Orlando.
Funny moment. The brother getting completely soaked on a water ride. Unexpected drenching, much laughter.
Classic family trip moment. Shared physical comedy, a bit of harmless embarrassment. It builds connection within the group. Focus is internal on the family dynamic.
Right. Seaside's unexpected moment. Very different energy.
Totally. They saw a very large sea lion sleeping on the sand.
Wow. Just there.
Yep. They kept a safe distance, described it as amazing.
That's not engineered fun. That's pure nature showing up.
Exactly. It's external, spontaneous awe. A powerful reminder of the wildness of the place. It forces you to stop, observe, be present in that environment.
One moment is about shared human laughter, the other about quiet reverence for nature.
A perfect summary of the two trips' underlying themes.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Section 5. Reflection and looking ahead.
Did the trips deliver?
Seems like a clear yes for both. Orlando delivered the excitement, the sheer volume of things to do.
Check the box for high-energy fun.
Yeah, and the travelers said they'd happily go back. So much more to see, maybe focus on different parks next time.
It's a destination that invites repeat visits, because you simply can't do it all at once. The investment feels validated by the quantity of experience.
Seaside, equally successful, but on its own terms. So peaceful and refreshing.
Nailed the goal. Disconnect from daily stress.
And that traveler also
Yeah.
definitely wants to return, maybe stay longer, explore nearby towns.
That desire to extend or expand suggests something interesting.
What's that?
The low-intensity, nature-focused trip didn't seem to drain them. It fueled them. It made them curious for more of that feeling, that environment.
Whereas Orlando, maybe you need a vacation from your vacation afterwards.
Sometimes. The recovery happens after the trip, perhaps.
Right.
For Seaside, the recovery was the trip. It generated energy, rather than just consuming it for spectacular moments.
That brings it back to you, the listener. We've laid out these two models, successful but so different.
Yeah.
It really makes you think, when you're planning your next break, what do you actually need?
Is it the structured buzz, the guaranteed thrills,
Yeah.
that collective energy?
Or is it the quiet, the unstructured time in nature? Personal discovery, maybe. Consistent, low-level restoration.
Knowing whether you crave that shared firework moment or that quiet tide pool discovery, that tells you a lot about what your daily life might be lacking.
If your job is nonstop meetings and pressure, maybe Seaside is the antidote.
Right. But if your life is maybe a bit isolated or routine, that blast of Orlando energy might be exactly the change you need.
Okay, final thoughts then. Outro.
We've seen two paths to refreshment.
High energy versus high tide, you could say. Orlando's engineered magic, Seaside's natural calm, both worked. Both reset the batteries.
Because they chose the right frequency, the right energy level for what they needed.
It underlines that the why behind your vacation is just as important as the where.
Absolutely. And think about how we talk about trips afterwards.
Yeah.
We tell stories. We relive memories. So the kind of memory you end up creating and wanting to retell that spectacular shared boom of the fireworks or that quiet, solitary moment finding a starfish.
That reveals what you truly needed.
I think so. More than the destination name on a map, the texture of the memory tells the real story of the refreshment you were seeking.
Which leads to a final question for you to think about. A provocative one, maybe.
Go for it.
If you could only keep one core memory from your next vacation, the big, shared, spectacular highlight, or the quiet, personal, unexpected discovery, which one would you rather be telling stories about a year from now?
Something to chew on.
Definitely something to ponder. Until our next deep dive.